The last time the Dark Phoenix plot was used was with X-Men 3, and a lot of people did not like that movie. Now, we've returned to the Dark Phoenix plot with, well, Dark Phoenix, set in the First Class timeline. Most of the cast from the earlier films returns, or at least the ones whose characters didn't die. And this time, Jean's Dark Phoenix story gels a little bit more with the cartoon and comic book. They go into space, she gets powers, she can't control them. But that's kind of where it goes off. Because, honestly, while the characters, the cast, the crew, they weren't dragging their feet, but I do feel they were somehow restrained, possibly by the producers or whoever. Because this movie felt unenergized, even though the effects were great. There was so much practical stuff, so much stunt work, really good digital effects that looked organic and almost practically done. Like, it almost looked like Storm's lightning sequences were done with real generated lightning, almost. That's how good it was. But unfortunately, the story it felt tired, you know? The cast, while putting in some real effort, did not seem to have the energy they should have had. Honestly, James McAvoy's Professor X was one of the highlights, and even he couldn't save this film. The villains, they were sort of like an amalgamation of several past villains, like the Phalanx, the Shi'ar Empire, and the H-Fire Club, all rolled into one group of people who, honestly, were kind of shallow character-wise. The story is okay, but again, it needed more energy. I had no choice but to give this film only 3 stars out of 5, because while the good parts were really good, it felt like this franchise was running on fumes. And hopefully, when it finally gets rebooted, it'll get a second wind. Maybe when they finally get around to a movie with Tom Hardy as Wolverine, we might get some new energy, but for now, I think it's time to let the X-Men franchise rest. This is Mr. J signing out. I'm reminding you, even the best franchises can get tired. You need to let them rest.